Hey guys, what's up? How you guys doing? I hope you guys are good. Welcome here to another episode of Maisha Africa slash Maisha Africa Real Talk, because today you see me sitting, so you know is the Maisha Africa segment. So karibuni. Some of you guys are new to the channel. Thank you for tuning in. Number one. Number two, kindly subscribe to my channel down below. Imagine it is just free. Kindly subscribe. Thank you for tuning in. And please watch my previous videos so that you guys can get to know what I'm all about. But I'm excited to be back. I think the break was needed as much as I wish it wasn't there. I think it was needed because I was going through a lot personally. And I'm glad that now I'm feeling much better and I'm overcoming the things that I've been going through. As you can see, the topic today is the dark before the dawn. And when I thought about this topic initially, I was thinking in terms of relationships. But I think also the dark before the dawn can be even before your breakthrough, or even as a single person just trying to figure themselves out. And maybe you might be going through some childhood trauma stuff, and you know, that's your dark. And then the dawn is like when you figured yourself out and stuff. And so for me, I feel like I was going through that, like dealing with my childhood stuff. And I was also dealing with my relationship. And then I also got sick. So there was a lot. February was a good month, kind of, but also a bad month, Kiasi, because I got sick, like I said earlier. I had food poisoning. And unfortunately, this food poisoning was from a restaurant that I know, and it just got me like in a really bad place. I was scared of eating, I was puking, I was having diarrhea, I was having weird fevers, like my body was just reacting like in the worst way. And so for like 2-3 weeks, I wasn't feeling well. And then I had some gas lining issues. So my stomach was like bloating and swelling, and it was painful, and acidity, just a lot of stuff. But I also realized that that was also not only brought by my diet, but also brought by the stress that I was going through. Because stress does play a very big part in our inner bodies, as much as we want to accept it or not. So March was also quite challenging in terms of me having to deal with some of the things that, about myself that might affect others. And number one, that's my anger issues. I have been working on myself, have been dealing with my anger stuff, and I feel like I'm growing. I feel like I'm changing. I feel like I'm becoming better compared to before, how I used to deal with my arguments and stuff. But there's still a lot of room for me to grow. And I do realize what my triggers are and where they come from. So that's something that I need to work on, and that I am working on. And it's good to be honest, because at the end of the day, we are human beings. And for me, I just felt like I wasn't in the right mindset to even do a shoot. I didn't want to share something that wasn't real. I didn't want to share and say, oh, me, I'm doing good. Like everything is 100% when everything wasn't. And then maybe you see some status that just shows a complete different thing. So yeah, even with my relationship, the reason why I feel like the challenges are there now is because Jay and I have been together for a while. Like it's gonna be our 10th year now, and we are very young. We're turning 30 now, and we have 4 children. And so for me and him, we started dealing with like grown up things like at a pretty young age, and you find like the things we're dealing with now is some of the things that maybe guys who are around 40, 35, 40 up are dealing with in their relationships. And so as we're dealing with it mapema, like because we started our lives early. And so the challenges definitely are there. No marriage is perfect, but I think the thing is the intention to work on your marriage. And I think that's what helps us move forward. Like, we do love each other, we do have the intention to always make our marriage be positive, something happy, something that we can be excited to wake up to every morning. And I'm happy to say that, as much as the challenges are there, the universe is definitely working on us, and it's definitely showing us the steps that we should be taking and how intentional we can be in our marriage. Because 10 years mezoyana, like, I see you every day, you see me every day, we're used to each other. So obviously some things do get lost. And even as you're going through the challenges, you find, like, as a couple, you get lost in those challenges in terms maybe financially or maybe just individually. Maybe Jay could be going through his own stuff, I'm going through my own stuff, but maybe we're not able to communicate better. So yeah, for sure, that for me, those 2 months have been, I feel like, kind of dark. But my highlight in February for me was with Sunseekers. I was rebranding Sunseekers, and we were doing it with my favorite photographer. He's called Brian, and 2 other girls who were there as a support system to help us with the shoot and stuff. Brian is an awesome photographer. I'll definitely put his page down below. This is a page you definitely need to look at, because he has some awesome photos. And kindly also follow Sunseekers Tours and Travel on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, and on Twitter, so that you can get to see the content that we have been shooting. We had awesome experiences, like we were shooting for like a week, the whole week. Every day we were in a different villa, a different type of villa, a beachfront, an eco-friendly, just luxury villas. And it was fun. It was actually really fun. And we had our challenges, of course, but we had the best time, and I look forward to it again. So that for me was definitely a highlight. Anyway, I just want to say basically that in life, there'll definitely be challenges and hurdles, and that's something that I'm realizing now. I think even when I was younger, I just thought life was so simple and so easy, and that I would get a job and and be just financially free immediately, because my family sheltered me. I don't think they really showed me, like, the challenges, the deep challenges. I think they probably never showed me to protect me. I don't really know. But for me, something I'm grateful for is that I'm able to share these things with my children as we grow up. And even as we go through tough times together, they get to see us handle it at the best way we can. And even if maybe we don't handle it the best way and then we bounce back from it, I hope that my children can learn from that and just see that mom and dad were really putting the best foot forward for them. Because it's all about the mind for me. And I think that once my mindset is right, then everything else will flow. Because hurdles are there, but me when I'm in that state, it's like I dig myself deeper sometimes. I'm like, I start saying some negative shit which is not even necessary, and that's something that I've been working on. And just being mindful of the things that I say about myself, because the tongue is very heavy. The tongue is also very powerful. And so I don't know, like, this few months, this few weeks, like, have been crazy. And I think even some of my friends are like, hey, Connie, what are these guys doing? Or what's her plan? Or, like, people doubt you when you're at your lowest, but it's you to believe in yourself. Kwa sababu, if you don't, then even your mom or your best friend, they can't help you move forward if you don't believe in yourself. You're the one who holds yourself back. And I'm turning 30 this week. This week on Friday is my birthday, on the 7th of April. And I'm excited to turn 30 because I thought that turning 30 means you have to have some certain things set. Like for me, I wanted to be financially stable, which I think is now what I'm achieving. I wanted to have been working out consistently, but okay, well, that's a lie. I haven't been, but I have been taking like I've started working out again. But I'm not stressing myself like, oh my gosh, I need to look a certain way. I need to be able to love myself first so that I can be able to transition into the next person better. Because let me tell you, I do look awesome. I really do. But I still have like a couple of things that I need to work on, I feel. And I want to add weight because I feel like my arms are a bit small. But regardless of that, I feel like, do I love myself? Is it a yes or a no? Am I happy where I am in life? Is it a yes or a no? Even if I am not exactly where I want to be financially, I think I'm proud of myself. I know I'm proud of myself mentally, that I'm able to know what my triggers are. I'm able to know when I'm in a negative state, how to transition to a positive state. I'm able to I want to, for me, what's important is just handling myself emotionally and mentally first, because even I think that way I can be a better example as a parent than rather showing my children that everything is solved or everything is okay when you see it physically being okay. Like, I don't know if that makes sense. Like, I want to show them that even before you see something, believe it's gonna happen, and believe that it's gonna happen in your favor because you deserve it. And not you deserve it when you see it, you deserve it even before you see it. And for me, I think that's also something I've been telling myself, that because one of my childhood trauma things is I don't feel worth it. I don't feel worth of things, and I don't feel like I deserve certain things. And that's something I've been working on, because I'm like, how, if I don't feel like I deserve, then why do I expect the universe to bless me? Why do I expect the universe to come through for me if I personally don't feel like I deserve? So I don't know, maybe I'm making sense, maybe I'm not, but these are things that I feel like I'm heading to the light. I can now see the light, at the end of the tunnel. I feel like I'm becoming stronger, not physically, but emotionally, mentally. I feel like I don't have to be so defensive. I can be calm. I can walk and just know that the universe has taken care of my next step. And I can believe in myself, And I think that's what matters. Like, I don't want to turn 30 and have all these financial, dreams and goals like set, and have my materialistic stuff there, but mentally I'm not okay. Like, I'm not happy, like, I've even been hugging myself and just telling myself that I love myself and that I'm beautiful and that I deserve, I'm powerful, I'm strong, I am abundant, And it doesn't matter what people think about you. It doesn't matter what people think about you. They will think. When you're successful, they'll think, oh, maybe she got this from. When you're not successful, they'll still have an opinion, bro. So, like, I just think at the end of the day, be in your own bubble. Be in your own happy bubble. Have like a positive bubble where you won't even let anything negative just cross that bubble. Protect yourself, love yourself. You matter, and your mental state matters. And for me, that's what I just wanted to share, because the dark before the dawn is just a small part of a segment that I want to be sharing. There's so many things that I'm learning within my relationship, and as an individual, as a parent. There's so many things I'm having to forgive myself for, but also accepting that it's okay to make mistakes, and that you have room to grow. It doesn't matter how the timeline is looking. Okay, I'm 30, oh my gosh, in 20 years I'll be 50. What will I have to show for it? No. Are you happy? Are you okay? Like, with every step you're moving with, like, even through your challenges, are you grateful for that challenge? Is it teaching you something? Because definitely there's something that you're going to be taught from it. And that's what I'm just carrying with me, even as Friday Ficas and as I turn 30. That's something that I hope that even my children are able to see, that mom came through the toughest of the toughest and she was able to overcome it mentally, and she's loving herself now and she's happy and everything else is flowing for me and for them. I don't know about you guys who are watching. Maybe you guys can comment. Kindly also like this video if you're vibing with it. Share, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Angalia too, it's written subscribe. If it's written subscribe, just know you're not subscribed to Maisha Africa. If it's written subscribed, you are definitely part of the Maisha Africa family, and I am definitely grateful for you. And grateful for the ones who are pressing it now and liking now. Thank you so much. But I would love to hear your comments and just know, like, have you guys turned a certain age, or maybe the people who are watching are 30 and above? Have you reached a certain age and be like, I'm supposed to be here, I'm supposed to have done this, I'm supposed to be, this and this type of person by now? But why do we put those limits to why do we put those limits for ourselves? Why do we have a timeline when the universe doesn't have a timeline? The universe works in our favor at the right time, not at my right time, but at the right time too, when you've learned what you're supposed to learn. And I think even February and March for me was like that. Even in my relationship, I realized there's some things that I have done personally to Jay that I've caused a wall, I've caused a drift, I've caused some feeling in him that was triggered by me. And, in those tough times in a relationship, you feel like, okay, this is the end. Hii ni mwisho, like, hapa tunaachana. But it's not necessarily like that. I think because me and Jay now, we had to grow up and then be together and had children and moved in together. Like, we never got to have our individual selves first. We never got to live alone first. And so there are so many stages that we passed, and now we're having to figure them out when we are together. And so it's challenging for sure, because I have my own individual stuff. He has his own individual stuff. And at some point we might clash. And then at some point we might skizana. And that clashing moment is what, for me, freaks me the fuck out. Because I'm like, okay, I don't know. So I freak out a lot. And I get a lot of anxiety, And I just hope that even as I share, like, we're able to communicate with our inner selves and able to communicate with the next person the best way possible, so that we can be able to deal with our stuff positively. Because I am not proud of some of the ways I've dealt with my stuff, especially in front of my kids, but I am able to forgive myself and learn from those mistakes, and know that the next time kitu ikifanyika, I should be able to know my trigger. I should be able to know that this is not the best way how to handle it, and I should be able to check my environment. And if my children are not there, then this is something I shouldn't portray in front of them. So with that said, it's just like that in life. I mean, like, even as I'm turning 30, I do love my body, but I do want it to get better, But I'm not gonna hate on myself so that I can get to where I'm supposed to be, And I don't want to compare myself with anyone. Everyone has their own journey. That's also something I've grown to learn. Everyone has their own journey. Even my mom has her own journey. As much as I have so much trauma with her, I've shared this before. Everyone is going through their own journey, and as long as you understand yours, be compassionate with someone else's. Don't be too judgmental. Because I'm sure that my mom, even how she had her own trauma for her to raise me the way she raised me. And from that, I think I'm able to be more forgiving, but it's not easy to let go. I also feel like she could have made choices, for the better of me and her and maybe my siblings, but it is what it is, I can't go back, but I'm not gonna hold on to that. And I think it's time that I needed to move on. I don't know. It's just a lot. And I hope to share what I'm feeling and what I'm going through and what my thoughts are in the next few episodes. And I hope I make sense, y'all. I hope I make sense to someone. I hope I make sense to you guys who are watching, because I feel like this is something I need to share, I feel like it's a fire within me that I need to let it out and I need to share with someone so that you don't feel discouraged. So even me, I can feel hopeful, because I've been so lost in my own thoughts. I've been like had a mental block for sure, and I feel like I'm getting out of it now. And as I turn 30, I just want to smile. I just want to be happy. I just want to be genuinely happy. I just want to enjoy my day, and I just want to know that I'm okay. And the next step, I'm going to be okay, and my children are taken care of. Even if I don't see these things playing out, I should just know that everything is working out in my favor, And yeah, I'm excited, I'm just excited basically. And I'm excited to learn new things about myself, and I'm excited for this new chapter in my life. And I hope I can get to inspire someone. I hope I can get to inspire you guys. I hope I can inspire my children to be better. I hope I can be a light to someone. And I hope that even as you're watching this, you feel encouraged, and just know that you're not. Thank you so much for tuning in. Looking forward to seeing you guys in the next episode as we continue this, the dark before the dawn. Like I said, it can be your relationship, it can be anything really, just before you get to that breakthrough in life. Thank you so much for tuning in. Kindly subscribe to my channel and like and share with anyone who you think would love to watch my videos. And thank you so much, guys. Looking forward to seeing you again later. Bye-bye.